halfway there. He's a Purple Heart
This is Capt Stuckey.
Iraq.
He's the founder of
so he's got the kind of
AHERO.
credibility that we all know and love in what we're doing here. So he has started something amazing. We have had well over 600 folks participate in these events over the last 5 years. And you all know the suicide rates, 22 to 30 a day, and I would argue that it's closer to 30 a day of your friends that are just had enough. And we've all had enough of that. We've had over 600 folks like yourselves participate in these events. We got 0. And I'm going to knock on wood later, but I'm damn proud to say it. We got 0 right now. So guess what? You just entered the right club, right? You just entered the right club. So part of the message here is to come down to Pensacola. This community is head over heels in love with you guys. Okay? No matter where you go. You're going to get thank yous. You're going to get, well, man, thanks for coming down. Hope you'll relocate here. That's the kind of message you're going to get from the people that you see. Capt Stuckey is the brainchild behind this group, so I want him to go with the spring range and get some work. And then we'll take him to Marquita and we'll get some interviews. But we're on the timeline. You got anything you want to do?
Yeah, the biggest part is just taking care of each other. So that's why we brought you here. You know, the event is the carrot to bring you here, but it's to introduce you to other people.
Capt Stuckey.
And to talk about that stuff and talk about the problems and talk about the future and talk about good things too. It's, you know, especially when you get out, you don't realize that your family's gone. And y'all are a family. The ones who are on active duty right now, you can go down the hall or you can easily reach out in formation and grab somebody and talk to them. Once you get out, you don't have that. And like Dave was saying, it's around 29 a day that are killing themselves. In Camp Lejeune, we have 1 every single week. We have a suicide on Camp Lejeune every week, and we have 3 attempts every week. So after I went through my issues myself, we started this program. We started reaching out and bringing people in. And the quick version is, after going through a lot of trauma myself, you know, you've all been there. You have combat stressors, you have nightmares, you can't sleep, your buddies are dying in your sleep, all the other stuff. Then you have relationship problems, girlfriend issues, wife issues, whatever it is. And then you go to work and you have a toxic leader. And all day, your toxic leader is beating your ass all day. So you have nowhere to escape. And I was going through that. And I went to stick a pistol in my mouth and shoot myself. And my mom called my cell phone as I was pulling the trigger. So at 9 p.m. on a Thursday night, when she calls me randomly every 2 weeks, she decided to call and save my life. And after that, got help, started reaching out to other people, and we've since brought in about 600 people. Out of 600, I've had 100 tell me that they wanted to kill themselves at that time. And then we got them the help that they needed. And all it is we know the resources. Dave and I have a lot of friends who are CEOs of other groups that do hyperbaric treatment, that do track chairs, that do counseling. So if you're going through those things, we connect you with those resources. If I can increase your quality of life leaving here 1%, I've helped you. And I know those resources to help you. So that's what we're here about. The fishing's the bonus. Hanging out with all these wonderful people, that's a bonus. But you leaving here, signed up for programs like hyperbaric therapy to fix your brain and help you sleep. Imagine being able to sleep instead of 2 hours a night, 8 hours a night. If you had migraines, imagine them going away completely. How much better will your relationships get? How much better will your job get? You know what I mean? That's what we want to do. So when you leave here, we want to increase your quality of life. And I want you to catch some fish so I can eat it. Sound
All
good?
right.
So just understand, Chandler, you know, once you leave here, you're family. Yep. And my expectations of you is to pay it forward and bring somebody else. And the next time when you come to an event, bring somebody else and spread the word and let's take care of people. I know way too many people. I've known 10 people that have killed themselves in 3 months, the last 3 months. And we got to stop it. And it starts with y'all. We talk about taking care of our Marines and taking care of our soldiers and sailors and everybody else. That's the biggest way to do it, is to reach out to those dudes and talk about the uncomfortable conversation. The last thing I'll tell you is, I thought I was a sissy for a long time because I was having issues. Here I am, a pro MMA fighter, infantry guy, captain of the Marine Corps, top dude on my major's profile. At home, I'm drinking myself to sleep every night because I didn't want to tell anybody I was going through weaknesses. Finally, I realized it wasn't weak, I was human. I forgot that one word, human. We're not made to kill people. We're not made to go through these things in our life. We're not made to watch our buddies die in front of us. I forgot the word human. If you go through 4 combat deployments, see your buddies get killed, kill people, and you don't have issues, you're a sociopath. You're psychotic. But I didn't realize that at the time. I just didn't want to be weak. So just understand, I know what you're going through for the most part, and that's what we're here for. Okay? Let's do a tour.
Yeah, and I didn't mention Mike here, Bates, has uncovered 12 hours of uninterrupted, crystal clear broadcasting from Vietnam during the 50th and 40th anniversary, respectively. Armed Forces Vietnam Network, I think is the correct terminology, of broadcasting out from 40 years ago in Vietnam. We're going to be, WEVY and his station is going to be airing that in October as part of the anniversary celebration. And of course, the park here is going to be embracing that because we have the only half replica of the Wall Memorial. So wanted to invite Mike down to meet you all. Hopefully we'll see more of him throughout the weekend's events. And with that, we want to get Three Marine Sergeant Gonzalez, Staff Sergeant Deelan, and Corporal Townsend kind of get over here with Bruce from the News Journal, and then if have at it, take a walk around. It's a tiny little park, but it's got some huge meaning for a lot of folks in this community. Hopefully with yourselves at all. We'll be just a few minutes, and then we'll get on with it.
If you wore black today, God bless you guys. It's hot.
Yeah. Phoenix. Yeah, Phoenix. It's a dry heat.
Exactly.
Thank you, sir.